Sunny Hostin thought she could control the conversation, but what happened next left her scrambling for words. Killer Mike, the acclaimed rapper and activist, didn't just hold his ground. He delivered a masterclass in poise and honesty, leaving Sunny with no room for her usual tactics. It all started like any other segment on The View. Sunny came prepared with her typical gotcha questions, and the audience braced for the drama. Killer Mike opened strong, discussing the importance of local elections. He urged people to focus on their communities instead of getting caught up in the spectacle of national politics. Hyperlocal leadership changes lives, he said, but before he could finish, Sunny interrupted with her usual line, attempting to drag up a past Grammy incident unrelated to the topic at hand. Without missing a beat, Killer Mike responded, "Asterisk, you can dislike me, but don't lie on me." The audience erupted in applause, and Sunny was left without a comeback.
A little bit with your support of Kemp, but let me tell you this.
Not support of
some of
Kemp.
his policies.
That's some misinformation. You cannot like me, but don't lie on me. And your imagination has to be bigger than the room, bigger than the building, bigger than the sky, because if you keep the imagination alive, everything is possible.
That's right.
When you limit your imagination, nothing becomes as possible as it could be. So,
now,
yeah.
You know, I'm a former prosecutor.
Yeah.
And there were some other headlines that came out. I was very upset about it.
Yeah.
Because it was unnecessary, and you don't do that on that special night.
Yeah.
Especially for what I read about.
Yeah.
So what I'm gonna ask you is, there was an incident at the Grammys. It led to you being taken out in handcuffs and arrested.
As Sunny's smirk faded, she wasn't ready for what came next. When she tried to corner Killer Mike about his hesitation to endorse President Biden, he responded with a calm, thoughtful explanation. Asterisk, I care about my community. My focus is Atlanta, who's leading it, and what policies will help my people. National politics is secondary to what impacts us daily. His answer was clear, logical, and impossible to twist, leaving no room for rebuttal.
You got some attention recently for being somewhat critical of President Biden, saying you weren't ready to endorse him yet. What's your holdup there?
What's my holdup? Well, first of all, I think everyone should focus on hyper-local. We get caught up in the soap opera of federal elections, and that's fine. But if you are concerned with the federal election, you don't know who your city council or your wardsman is, you don't know who your mayor is, and you don't have a good list of state representatives or governor. My most important election is going to be in about a year and a half for who's my mayor going to be. I think that Andre Dickens is doing a great job around housing in Atlanta, and I don't want that to be lost. Even though we have a Republican governor, Brian Kemp, I have a good relationship with him. I like what he's done in terms of Georgia business. We've been leading business amongst all states for the last 10 years, and he brought back the Hope Scholarship and expanded it. In terms of nationally, I'm just kind of doing what my grandfather said, staying out of white folks' business and watching what happens. I'm going to see what happens. If there's a candidate that pops up around September, October that needs a push that's really, and policy-wise is good for us, going to jump up. But for right now, I just don't want to be involved in the soap opera because I'm much too concerned about what's going on in Atlanta on a hyper-local level.
Sunny's frustration grew as her usual tactics fell flat. She interrupted repeatedly, cutting Killer Mike off mid-sentence, but he stayed composed. Instead of engaging in the chaos, he doubled down, stating, asterisk, criticize me all you want, but twisting my words is misinformation. The crowd's reaction said it all. Sunny's attempts to dominate had backfired. In the end, Killer Mike steered the conversation back to what truly matters: integrity and respect. I'm not here for drama, he said. Asterisk, I'm here to talk about real issues that affect real people. Asterisk, that single line silenced the panel and shifted the narrative back on track.
You lost me a little bit with your support of Kemp, but let me tell you this.
Not support of
some of
Kemp.
his policies.
That's some misinformation. You cannot like me, but don't lie on me. I saw someone I really respect, a black woman who's a commentator.
So you don't support him, you like
said,
his policies.
Well, I support
some specific ones he named.
Beyond it, he's the governor of my state, so I have to be involved with him because I can't divorce myself. But let me say this. If you criticize someone, don't lie. I'm not going to not have dinner with the king on behalf of my people. I have to do that.
Sunny's refusal to step out of the spotlight highlighted her disrespectful debate tactics. Rather than fostering a meaningful discussion, she leaned into theatrics, and it backfired. Killer Mike, on the other hand, proved that even on The View, truth and composure can outshine the noise.
Let me just point some of Biden's achievements out for the black community, right?
What's your take on Sunny's behavior? Did Killer Mike handle the situation like a pro, Or do you think he could have approached it differently? Share your thoughts in the comments below.